Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here with a new episode of Garbage. These are some recent topics that I've just had saved, so I throw them into one video and we can talk about them. So we're going to go over a few things today. If you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so tonight we have 5 different topics that I want to go over. These are in no particular order at all, but they're, again, just things that I kind of save, and they might not deserve their own videos, so I throw them into this little random series that I started, if you want to call it a series, but there is a playlist. So let's start at the top. Number 1, I've come across recently, because of Mom Uncharted, iPad stroller holders. I'll throw some reference photos, but it's essentially exactly what it says. It's an iPad holder that you can hook onto your baby's stroller so that they can be entertained while out and about. This, to me, really shows kind of the direction that we've gone in as a society. And this is coming from somebody who loves tech. Like, I love my devices. I love my computers and my phone and all of that kind of stuff. But the reason that it's so interesting is that we are literally now showing children from infancy that being glued to the tablet, being glued to the phone is just a way of life. That's just the way that it is. I do think that this little gadget could come in handy in certain scenarios, but if you're utilizing it every single day when you're out and about and just, plopping the iPad in there as if you're on like autopilot, that's the part to me where it seems kind of, I don't know, maybe not the best idea. Like, showing your infants that the iPad is in your face from 3 months old. But I want to know how y'all feel about that. Like I said, I think there's a time and a place, but it seems like utilizing it every single day, anytime the baby is in the stroller, is a bit telling. Like I said, as far as the direction that we've gone as a society. Next thing I want to talk about is a TikToker. Her name is Crystal Jean. And Crystal Jean decided to make a series of videos telling Stephanie Thompson, she was telling Stephanie just how wonderful she is and just how much potential she has without Drew. And of course, I will insert the videos for context, but the people that are so willing to prop up Steph, like, oh, okay, you would be amazing and I would support you and do X, Y, Z if you left Drew. I don't think that y'all really understand just how lazy and entitled Steph is. She wants y'all to pay her way. She does not want to leave Drew. She will say that she's leaving Drew so that she can have a few viral videos. We saw that just a couple weeks ago. But please do your research. This is not somebody who is, down bad and out on their luck and has really just tried to do their best. She is lazy and entitled and has tried to go viral on social media for an endless period of months. She wants y'all on social media to literally pay her way because she wants to sit on her ass and not do any better and have money handed to her. So Crystal Jean, what I would say to you or anybody else in this, frame of mind, do your homework. There is nothing truly resilient or motivating about Stephanie.
Stephanie Wilkins, Stephanie Freeland, Stephanie Jenkins, whatever her name is. Girl, I have some advice for you. This is not my usual content, so don't follow me if you're looking for Resilient Jenkins updates. I feel like you have so much potential if you would just get away from that fucking man. We all have rose-colored glasses on when we're in love, but girl, after 2 kids with this man and being homeless with this man, I know you know that he is not what you thought he was. I'm not sure what you thought he was to begin with, though, because you've explained the beginning of your relationship, and look, we can't go back and change things, so I'm just going to leave that alone. I am the last person on this earth that will judge anybody, so I'm not going to judge you. You have a following that is increasing by the day. You have ways to make money. Number one, start posting more consistently. People are looking for your updates, girl. Even if it's just a hate watch, who fucking cares, girl? You need to capitalize the fuck out of that. And I'm just gonna say it. Drew Jenkins looked a lot different in the beginning of your relationship. So there is something going on behind the scenes. I don't know if it's addiction. I don't know if it's a health concern. There's something going on. And I know I said I wouldn't judge you, but what do you mean that there are two grown fucking adults sitting in a motel room / shelter all day long when you have a means of transportation, you live in a fucking city where there's jobs everywhere? I'm trying really hard not to judge you, Stephanie, but what the fuck? You are both young, able-bodied, healthy adults. There is no reason that one of you should not be working while the other one stays with the kids. But let's get back to the reason I started this video. Leave him. Fucking leave him. For the love of God, leave that man. He is a waste of space. Like, fucking leave. Your following would double if you would leave that man. I think that you have a lot of potential, and I think that you're a beautiful woman. I don't give a fuck what anybody else says. I know what 4 kids can do to a woman. I have 3 myself. I know what a hard life and stress can do to a woman. I think that you are beautiful. I think that you have potential. I think that you have the ability and the power to turn all of this around. I think that you could have the most incredible glow-up story. My main advice to you is to leave that man, and until you do, one of you need to get a fucking job. There are plenty of things that we can judge Stephanie on, but I'm not going to sit here and judge her on choosing a shitty partner in the past, because we have all been there. Especially when we are young, and she was super young with that relationship. If I'm not mistaken, a teenager. So to judge a woman on what she did as a fucking teenager just seems crazy to me. There are 1,000 other things that you can judge her for, but if you're going to judge her for that, you're projecting. Let's talk about your exes. Let's talk about the relationships that you had when you were a teenager. I don't know anything about you, but what I'm getting at is we all have shit in our past. I am an ex-addict. I am never going to get on the internet and judge anybody for their past mistakes. I feel like you shouldn't comment on things unless you saw the entire post or the thread of posts that you're commenting on. Second of all, I am a grown woman. I do not deal in fucking rumors or hearsay. I am not sitting on the internet defending Stephanie. How does contemplating a complete stranger's past that you were not there for, how is that helping her children? Because if you go look at that thread, there are some crazy, crazy rumors in that thread. You weren't there, I wasn't there, they weren't there. We don't know what actually happened. Those things may be true, but they may not be. I feel like grown adults should fucking know that. I'm only interested in helping her children. Talking about her fucking past isn't going to accomplish anything. There's just more hate and more rumors being spread, which is not helping the children. Stephanie and Drew are literally sitting inside of a shelter / motel room all day fucking long, when one of them or both of them should be working. That is my main fucking complaint. That is my main concern, because that is the only thing that is going to help those fucking kids. And I stand on what I said. I can see Stephanie turning this around. I say that because I want her to turn this around, because she is those kids' only fucking hope. That man came right out and said he does not work because he does not want to. When you have 5 children, you don't have the luxury of saying you don't want to fucking work. Why is it so hard for adults to disagree without being disrespectful and fucking mean? I deleted some comments from my last 3 posts. It's my TikTok. I can do that. Not because people disagreed with me about the Resilient Jenkins, but because they were straight up fucking rude about it. Let me be perfectly clear. Steph and Drew both have a lot of work to do as people and as fucking parents. But there are 5 kids that are caught up in that mess, and that matters more than drama. I used to snort fentanyl for breakfast. I was a full-blown fuck-up until I was 37 years old. So don't tell me people can't change, because I know they can. I am not defending them. I just want better. Not for them, but for their kids. And I will always stand up for a woman that the rest of the internet is tearing apart if there is even the smallest chance that her kids' lives become a little bit better because of it.
And if y'all have no clue who the Resilient Jenkins are, I do have a playlist if you want to get caught up to speed. It is a lot of content, but if it's something that you're interested in watching, I have it all organized in a playlist, and I will link that down below. Next, let's talk about Topgolf partnering with the Dougherty Dozen. They did a paid partnership where Alicia and Josh took all of their children to Topgolf and made a video that was very obviously an ad. She disclosed it, all of that good stuff. I talked about Klondike very recently, supporting her. We know that brands like Sunny D have supported her. She has had a catalog of very well-known brands do paid partnerships with her. So what I would like to say to Topgolf is, Topgolf, why are you so willing to pay a family vlogger that has literally made her money by stepping on the backs of her children and exploiting them to an insane degree? This is not somebody who, in my opinion, if I was a brand owner, I would want to partner with. And I've said this before, but I want to say it again real quick. Every company, especially these well-known brands, Topgolf, Klondike, Target, whatever it is, these brands need to have one singular person spend a little bit of time and go through the roster of, these are the influencers or family vloggers that we are looking to partner with in the next quarter. This person should be able to run down an entire report of, who are these people? What are they about? Do they exploit their children? And we just don't care about it, and we're going to partner with them anyway. But brands have a long history of propping up family vloggers, and I am so tired of it. The next thing I want to talk about is this TikToker, Abby. Abby is a new mom, and I want to handle this with some compassion because it's something that I know is very difficult, and I do not have direct experience having dealt with it. Abby is a new mom, and she shared that she has postpartum aversion to her dogs. And she basically showed a video where her dog was, relaxing on the couch, belly out, and she said that her dogs were driving her nuts. I feel sorrow for not only her, but also her dogs, because like I said, this is not something that I have direct experience with, but I could not imagine how heartbreaking it would be to have dogs and, them basically be the center of your world for X number of years. And then you have a baby and you come home with the baby, and all of a sudden those dogs are no longer even worthy of your affection, and they are literally annoying you and driving you nuts. I think that is so sad and so tragic. So instead of ripping her apart, I want to say that I hope that she is surrounded by people who truly love and can guide her through this. I hope that she's working with, mental health specialists, especially those who work with postpartum and new parents, because it made me so sad to see that she said that and made a TikTok about it. And there were a lot of people in the comments not being so nice, but that's social media, unfortunately. I really hope that she can turn it around, because that also sucks for her dogs. Like, being there and getting affection and attention, and then one day, all of a sudden, you're not getting that from your owner. And I always remember this one quote. I read it a long time ago, long before Axel was in the picture. The quote said, it was something like, for a short time, your dog is everything to you, but for their whole life, you are everything to your dog. And I've always remembered that and carried it very close to me, because dogs' lives are so short, and I just think that it's really sad to see this from somebody who is very obviously struggling. The last thing I want to go over in this video is going to ruffle some feathers. Please be warned, this is going to make people upset, annoy people, whatever. I know that going into it, but as I always am, I'm going to be very transparent about how I feel. And there's been a conversation happening over on TikTok, and there have been many creators talk about this and share their perspective. One of the creators that I saw, and I did leave a comment for, is Not Another Housewife. She is also here on YouTube, and I left her a comment agreeing with this perspective. I think that Avery Woods is trying to mimic Emily Kaiser and capitalize on that audience. I truly believe that she has done everything from changing her profile photo to mimic Emily's. She is doing different content now. She is dressing more modestly. She is talking about all of a sudden being very interested in antiques and also sharing their home renovation process. All of these things Emily did, and now, due to very tragic circumstances, Emily is not on TikTok. I don't know if she'll ever come back. She's not on social media. And I truly feel like Avery is trying to mimic what Emily was doing without being a direct copy and paste.
Because her new content is just kind of giving me the ick a little bit. I'm not going to lie. And I know all you Avery lovers in her comments, I love you, I love you, I love you, are going to come for me because I don't agree with you, but whatever. Alright, I'm not going to lie when I tell you that her content lately has been giving Emily Kaiser vibes. Like, maybe I didn't follow Avery close enough. I have followed her for a while. Actually, I refollowed her. I had stopped following her, and then I started following her again. But her content lately reminds me exactly of Emily's content, because her content wasn't usually focused on the things she's doing now, which Emily's content was focused on that more, like the morning routine, the coffee, getting your kids up, all that stuff like that. Because I remember Emily just did that all the time with little Trig. And now it seems like Avery's trying, in my opinion, to step into what Emily had. Like her content creation environment. Avery's was always a little bit just more raunchy, it seemed. And now she's just trying to be like that mom, like how Emily was. Is anybody else seeing this, or is it just me? Maybe their content was always very similar and I just never really paid attention too much, but it is giving me the ick. It really is. It just seems like since Emily's not here, Avery is trying to step into that spotlight or into her shoes and maybe gain that following that Emily has. I mean, most people follow both of them anyway, but is it just me, you guys? I'm just curious. So somebody left this comment. It says even Avery Woods' profile pic on TikTok is similar to Emily's. I haven't even paid attention, to be honest. So I started paying attention, and let's make the comparison, and you all make that decision on your own. Okay, so yes, there is a similarity. The pose, I mean, most women usually put their hand up there, but the hair, the car, the gray shirt with the buttons, they look very much similar. And I know there's a lot of people who have similar profile pictures like that, but since they are supposedly best friends, and I know they're friends, I don't know if they're best friends, you guys. I know everyone's like, oh, they're besties. I know they share the same talent agency, and I know they've gone on vacations and stuff like that. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't, I don't know. But what do y'all think? To me, it looks very, very similar. I don't know. It's kind of like a little strange.
Today is a very exciting day because Scotty and I decided we're going to do some antique shopping for our homes. Scotty signed a lease on a really cute place, and you guys know we are renovating our house, so we are in the mood to shop for some decor. I really want some really cool vintage antique pieces around our house.
Antique shopping now. You all cannot tell me, I'm not trying to hate on Avery Woods, but you guys cannot tell me that her content has not changed to where it is extremely similar to Emily Kaiser's content. The way she's dressing, more modest, maybe she's always done get ready with me in the morning or coffee videos, but not quite like this with timestamps. Now the antique shopping, she even went to her son in the morning, one of them, she's like, hey handsome, and Emily used to do that to Trig. I know they share a talent agency. They may have told her, you know what, maybe you need to, mix in some of Emily Kaiser type content in there so people won't forget about her, which people will not forget about her. How can anybody forget about her? Emily was just a little more wholesome, but like I said, Avery has always had a little bit more out there content, a little more raunchy, even the way she was dressing, the music she would pick, the stuff she would say, and it has just completely changed to wholesome mom. I don't don't care what any of y'all say. Y'all can come for me in the comments all you want because you guys are like paranoid if anybody has an opinion over someone, but it's changed. It's changed.
So many of you are going to say I'm reaching with this video, but Avery Woods is acting so weird after this Emily Kaiser situation. The videos she's posting now are so strange, and she's literally acting like a completely different person, and it's coming off very fake to me. Not only that, she's started posting wake up vlogs, literally the same exact video that Emily Kaiser used to post, and I thought that was really strange. And if you put that with her other weird behavior, like the post about tucking her children into bed safe and sound, we had the whole drama with the trig necklace, I don't know. I just think she's acting really fucking strange. She's coming off as extremely fake, and now she's posting videos like Emily Kaiser. She's also doing a series renovating her house like Emily Kaiser did. I don't know. I could be reaching, but I don't think I am, because usually when I get a feeling about this stuff, I'm right. You guys will have to let me know what you think in the comments, but have you noticed Avery Woods acting like completely off and weird? Also, hit the follow button if you like this kind of content. I love giving pop culture, drama, news, gossip, opinions that nobody asked for, and I tend to make people angry a lot.
I've never cared too much for Avery, and I've been very vocal about that in other videos. But it makes me feel very uneasy the way that I feel she's trying to kind of sneak her way into a rebrand, and it so closely resembles what Emily was doing. And knowing that Emily is absent right now, something is just not sitting right with me. If I find some other videos or have them saved, I will drop them in so y'all can hear what other people are having to say about this. If you're not familiar with either of them, you know, that's fine, drop your opinion. But if you are, am I crazy? Am I spot on? Do you kind of agree with it? I understand that there is a way to respectfully take inspiration from other content creators on social media. Like, we all can't be doing completely different things, of course. Like, you grab inspo from other people and kind of put your own spin on it. But this feels like it's way more calculated than just taking some inspo from somebody else and putting it in your own content. But I think that's enough for tonight. I'm going to try to make today a double upload day. Don't hold me to it. But for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.